What is up, everybody? We are here. Back to it. This man. Hey,
Take the beat out.
Hey, first off, it's episode 5. We here, man. Hell of a way to start this 5th episode. So, hey, for everybody watching out there, everybody listening, just to keep it real, we just had this conversation about 30 seconds ago about starting the show and the music and fading the music out. And so here we go. I started the music and I didn't fade it out, bro. It was bad. So that's why Steve was laughing. That's my bad. I'm not as technology savvy.
That's good. That's a great way to start. That's a great way to start. Okay,
I tell you what,
let's get into it.
So how you doing, bro? How's things?
Weekend was good. We'll get into we'll get into our coach talk later on. I got a chance to coach 2 teams up there in Tri-Cities. I coached a 9th grade team and a 17U team. And we played up in the tournament. This is kind of like the last one of the last weekends that the kids can get a chance to play before they start high school and everything. So we're able to get some kids together and have them play and stuff. It was it's always fun to get a chance to coach, but and like this too, it's always even better like when you get a chance to coach with kids that understand and they kind of like know the game and they're super passionate about it and things, high IQ guys or whatever. You can kind of draw things up and do things in timeouts and kind of just see them kind of try to put that together and stuff. And it was a good weekend. We'll get into that later, but both teams came home with they won their championships in their respective divisions and stuff. Again, not that matters. I was just more so just impressed and happy with how hard that they were playing when they were out there. So making little passes and kind of like we'll get to that there later. But at home though, man, I got everybody is coming down with how it is, man. It's cold and flu season right now, so everybody's at home hacking, coughing. I'm like, stay away from me. Like, don't be bringing that over here. Like, I'm taking echinacea, I'm taking vitamin D, I'm taking elderberry, I'm taking whatever it is. Like, I'm taking all of it every day, all day, twice a week. Twice a day. I'm not getting sick. That's just I can't do it. So everybody's they're over there laying down trying to like get better and stuff or whatever. But I'm just stay away from me. So that's what I'm at right now.
I hope the kids all feel better. And is Lex sick too?
Yeah, a little bit. But she always gets the worst of it though, man, which is just crazy because like when they get sick, they like for some reason when they all feeling bad or whatever, like they'll come to me, but they don't come to me like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like they'll be like, Dad, I'll like, hey, get some medicine and then lay down or drink water and then lay down. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all need to rest. Like that's the best way to do it there. Like they'll be all in Lex's face, hot hacking and coughing in face, doing all that stuff. I'm like, man, it just and then so she ends up getting it, and then like she's out for a little bit. So that's just it's funny, but it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, so everybody kind of like that. So hopefully they'll start to feel better in about a day and a half or 2 or whatever, or hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. But,
it's Halloween tomorrow, man. Halloween tomorrow.
We got a little, hopefully if everybody is, if everybody's feeling better, we got a little, like family costume thing that we about to do or whatever, but everybody got to, obviously feel better for that. So I'll shoot you a picture if we get a chance to do that. But,
word. I was just gonna ask you how that goes. I know, like, cause I've been hearing horror stories, man. Like, and luckily, like for us, the kids are older. Isaiah's 12. I'm sure you feeling it with Aylin. Like, they into it, but they in it for the candy.
They're not really into it. Yeah, right.
So I don't really have to worry about the costume stuff. You know what I mean? Right. But like, I was talking to some friends, and they got little ones, and it's like, they went and they bought the costume like way too early, and so part of the costume's missing, and
because the kids gonna get into it. You can't buy nothing too early nowadays because they're gonna get into some shit, and then now it's over. It's lost. The dog's outside chewing on a piece of it or whatever. You like, like what you doing? Like that was supposed to be for you. So
just leave it in the bag, bro. Just leave it in the bag.
Right. No, you can't do that. No, because they want to see what's in the bag. No, our kids really, really enjoy Halloween. Lex is really, that's one of her favorite I don't know if it's a holiday or not, but it's one of her favorite times of the year to get all, to do that, get them all dressed up and stuff. That was, yeah.
So I'm glad you said that, because this is the question. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, like, you think Halloween should be like a holiday or designated for like a Friday or Saturday? Because this midweek stuff or beginning of the
midweek
week
stuff is ridiculous. Yeah, nah, because
bro.
kids get all dressed up. That day. I don't know what it was like when you were in school, but like when I was in school, it was you only had half a day of school that day. It didn't matter what day of the week Halloween fell on it, right? We only had half a day of school because I just don't think that you were going to be able to, to kind of have the kid. Matter of fact, hold on, wait, let me take that back. I think we did the morning part was school. We came back for like an hour in like the afternoon where everybody would go and then dress up. Then we'd walk through the classrooms or whatever in this little like parade line, something, whatever. And, and just kind of walk around and show everybody like your costumes, which I guess is fine. And then they just load you up with a whole bunch of sugar and then they send you home to your parents. So like, so now you're at home. Now you're at home at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, bouncing off the wall.
On that sugar crack.
Right, yeah. Just to go home and sit and chill for a little bit to get dressed up again, and then go out and then go kind of do the same thing. I wouldn't mind it being on like probably like a weekend, just towards the weekend and just get over with. Holiday, I don't know, but it seems like that everybody is doing it. But it's crazy though too. Do they even honor Halloween like that at the schools? Because they don't even call Halloween no more some places.
I think
it's like Harvest Day, or it's like Orange Black Day, or it's just it's different, so I don't which is crazy. It's just a day for people to get dressed up and give them some candy, and that's it. I just
don't like it being on like Sunday, Monday too, like, because and for the kids, one thing, obviously for the parents, because we got to work regardless. Like, right. But like, there was an old neighborhood when we lived in another part of Chandler. There's a neighborhood over there by the elementary school where I swear that whole neighborhood, they really got into it. Like there was, I swear, like 20 houses that were like mini haunted houses. You had people doing like little bonfires in the drive. Like it was a good neighborhood where I'm talking like thousands of kids would come in from Phoenix to
really.
It was
because they knew because they knew where the good candy was at.
And it's like it was a cool experience. It was almost like going to like the scare farm, but it was just in the neighborhood. And I think about that, and I'm like, that's gotta suck, because I know we went 2 years ago when it was on Sunday, and that neighborhood was not the same. I mean, it was still popping. But it's not the same when it's like Friday or Saturday and you can relax and, be able to enjoy it and then take the next day off to recoup or take things down.
True.
Whatever,
that's true.
I don't know. I wish they would just designate it for like maybe like the last Saturday in October or something like that.
Yeah, something like Well, good luck trying to convince everybody else that you should do it that way instead of having it on the 31st, because it's just it's just a whole extra day to just eat candy and just be like, God, now I got to wake up in the morning, I got to go work out. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff because there's like you passing out all the candy now, and then so you always buy too much.
Yep.
Always buy too much, and then so now like when it's over and I don't need, and again. I don't know how these kids do it now, but when I grew up in Winslow, bro, we'd be out till like 10 o'clock trick-or-treating. Knocking on doors. I mean, I was like, I'm not going home until I got a whole
my bag is full, bro.
We did pillowcases. We didn't even do them little buckets. And I was like, no, I'm trying to fill the pillowcase up. Like, no, until that thing was full. I mean, we out till 10. I mean, I'm talking about we walked around everywhere in Winslow trying to get me. We're not home till like 10 o'clock. Now, I mean, these kids, they'll go out at 6 o'clock. They're home by 7:30.
Right.
I'm like, what you get all dressed up for then? Like, it's just you can walk around. It's like it took longer to put the costume on than it did to go walk around.
It took longer to go to the store and find the costume.
Right.
You better put that thing on.
And keep it on there for a little bit right there too. So so it's but no, they just go out for about an hour and then that's it, which is just crazy to me because I mean if I'm gonna go out, then we're gonna go out. Let's go and then do it if we're gonna do it. This whole just like walking down Main Street, just up one side and then down and then just go home or whatever. It's like, listen, if that's all we're gonna do, let me just go buy a whole bag of candy and y'all can just go and then knock on every door in the house and we'll just give you candy over there. And then like I mean it's the same thing. What you talking about? It's the same
Oh,
thing.
man.
I'm just saying.
Oh, goodness. Well, I hope the kids feel better so they can have a good experience tomorrow. We can get a picture of y'all. That'd be
I appreciate
funny.
that. Yeah, we're gonna we'll get
let's
something.
Let's get into some sports, man. As we
Yes,
always do. Talk about the weekend of college football. And like you, I was in the gym, so I didn't get to watch a whole lot. I didn't see anything. I saw Georgia. I mean, Georgia. A couple weeks ago, people was like, "Is Georgia real?" And they smacked Kentucky because everybody was like, "Kentucky gonna get them." Right. And Georgia was like, "We gonna show y'all." They had the big what they used to call it the cocktail party where they play Florida. That was the theme of the game. But now they
cocktail party.
Yeah, the world's largest cocktail party because everybody get down there in Florida and they just go crazy. They get turned up.
Crazy.
Yeah. So. But they stopped calling it that. But anyway, they had the Georgia-Florida game this weekend. Georgia smacked them. Georgia's.
They smacked Florida though, huh?
Yeah, it was ugly. It was like 43-20, and I don't think it was that close.
Oh wow.
So Georgia's being Georgia again. Ohio State doing its thing. They had Wisconsin at Wisconsin. They knocked them off. It was good. Defense is playing well. Offense looked a little bit better. You know, they're getting there. So. It wasn't really. KU, Kansas upsets Oklahoma.
Was that the one? I think I saw a highlight of that. Is that the one? I'm pretty sure that's the one I saw where the kids had all stormed the field at the end or whatever.
Oh yeah,
right?
they stormed it.
Did Kansas score at the very end? Is that what it was? They scored on the touchdown. Okay,
touchdown. I saw the highlight of that. Yeah. So they took they stormed the field. They tore the goalposts down. They walked them goalposts down to some lake and threw them in the lake. You know, wow.
I never understood the tearing down of the goal. Like, wasn't that a home game for them?
Yes.
So I don't understand why. Well, I mean, what are you doing? I don't know how much it costs to replace a goal pole, but I can't think that is free.
No, it ain't free, but I'm sure it's about extras. They got tons of money, bro. What are we talking about?
Right, no, I mean, I get it. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess they got, like the athletic department got some type of stipend check for winning that game, I bet. So then maybe that was just, and so that way that they can pay for the goalposts, I guess. Maybe. I'm not sure. That was I never understood that. It's like you at home.
Neither. And I was thinking, I was watching it, and the kids was on the goalpost and he was rocking it and stuff. And the field is packed, right? Because the kids stay on the field. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, y'all over here on the field having a good time, which hey, have a good time. Enjoy your college experience. But my thought was like, you on the field and you standing right by the goalpost. If you do tear it down, somebody get knocked out.
Yeah, what happens when it falls? Like, because it's coming down. Like, it's going to come down. Where you trying to be at when it falls? Because let me tell you where I'm not trying to be at.
I don't know, man. I wish they would film that part because I want to see what actually happened. I want to see. I want to see it, bro.
When celebrating goes bad, do it that way. That's funny.
So that was good.
Were there any like good games? I mean, or any upsets or whatever? Again, I was in the gym all day, so I didn't get a chance to see much. So
I'd say that was probably the biggest upset of the day.
You said that what we were just talking. Well, ASU beat Wazoo there too, right? So that was their first win.
Yeah, that was their first Pac-12 win. So that was
first Pac-12 win.
Yeah, and the Pac-12 was crazy this weekend because like you had that little upset, but I mean the biggest game was Oregon and Utah, and Oregon went to Utah and they put it on Utah, man. So
just smacked
35-6. I mean, and Utah's banged up though. They have like a ton of injuries, bro. Like they're not healthy. So But
and then what the USC game though too, right? You were saying something about that earlier, right? They played against.
Yeah, USC almost lost to Cal. They were down for most of that game, and they ended up winning 50-49. But golly, like, I don't get it. That defense is just terrible. It's terrible. So
we've been talking about that since the first episode about USC teams and Lincoln Riley. Like it seems like they got no problem scoring at all.
No problem scoring.
It's the getting
they can't stop nobody
at the end. Yeah, right. Yeah,
Right.
you got to get you a stop every now and then. You got to.
And the thing the thing about it is, it's like, yo, and then Lincoln Riley, he kind of soft, and he get real sensitive when you ask him questions like, bro, this ain't something new. It's like it was the same thing at Oklahoma, and now you're doing it again at USC. Like, figure it out, man. Like, come on. I don't know if he's trying to get a pro job, but you ain't gonna get no pro job like that neither.
Same thing. Nothing's changed about the questions. You probably just tired of hearing them.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
You probably just trying to hear that there too. Yep. I hear that.
Yeah. So no, it was a good weekend. I mean, for the little bit I saw, it was some fun games. And then we got back to the hotel.
Right.
And we went to hang out and turn on the D-backs, baby. D-backs, baby. Got that game 2 win.
Are we talking about game 1 or are we talking about game 2? Because game 1 was funny, dog. Game 1 was funny.
So you want to bring up
that's the only time that I had watched any baseball.
That's the only time I watched any baseball. I have to say something. So, people, my folks out there, this is what happened on Friday night. I'm watching the Diamondbacks game. And it's the bottom of the 9th. And as y'all know, we gave up the damn game-running 2-run homer. And no more than 40 seconds after this happens. And mind you, I'm in my house going crazy. I'm pissed. And what do I get? I get a text from this man, Garnett. And all it is ha, 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 ha. Boy. I was mad. Big mad, dog. Big mad. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's the only time I was watching it, too. And it's like when that happened, I'm like, oh, I have to. Oh, no, I gotta just let him know I'm watching it right now. Man, it couldn't have been any more on time, though, too. We were just sitting there watching, and he hits it. I wasn't even paying attention to the game, except for I saw it was bottom of the 9th. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Let me just watch it. And then, boom, I'm like, wait a minute. That's not how we wanted that to happen.
Nah, I was oh my God.
Oh, that was good.
And we sit there, so me and Amari and Jen, we're watching the game, and I'm sitting there. I usually like call pitches, like, so I'm in my mind, I'm in the game. I'm like, yo, throw it down and away, throw it up, like whatever.
Right, they threw it up right there to him. I mean,
it was the only place you don't want to go, bro. Right. He threw him a meatball. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's like he forgot he was trying to throw a strike. He's out there throwing batting practice pitches. Like, nah, bro, what you doing? Like that? It was too high and right there. I mean, he just turned on that. I mean, as soon as he hit it, you just that's gone.
It was gone. Yeah.
And then it was like as soon as he hit it though, too. Did you see how hyped he got though? I mean, the bat was still on the line when he like flipped it. I mean, it was like I mean, he was jumping around. I was like, man, if he mess around and roll his ankle, stepping on that damn bat trying to get the first base, I'm about to laugh my ass off right now. He got a little too hype right there.
He did. Oh man. So then
the Diamondbacks came back though in that next game though, and they what was it 9-1 last night?
9-1. Yep. So they got it in. I was happy to see the response, man. And
right.
Merrill Kelly was dealing on the mound. Like, yeah, he pitched awesome. And the bats came alive. So, now they back in Phoenix tonight for game 3. And
now they got 3 at home right there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, if nothing else, though, I mean, like they did what you want to do on the road, and that's if nothing else to get the split.
Absolutely.
Get the split because now it's like, now you get 3 games at home. It's like, let's say that you only win 2 out of 3 at home. I mean, you're still up, 3-2? I mean, you know what I mean? Like you I mean, or then if they just take care of all 3 at home and they don't got to go back to Texas, like it's a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, like they did what they wanted to do, which is obviously I think that they wanted to win that first one because they were up because they were up and it's bottom of the 9th and all they got to do is just get to, and then they gave that one away. But I mean, but they definitely responded just like you're saying because I mean, because that could have been a whole different thing. I mean, because it wasn't just that home run in the 9th, but there was also the other guy hit the home run to win the game, right? The walk off. So I mean, those plays like that can be demoralizing to a team if you let it sometimes. You know what I mean? Like that could be a funk and carry over to that second game, and then now you trying to pick up the pieces, but they definitely switched on to that next play mode real quick. You know what I mean? And kind of got ready for that, for like the next game. So that was that's always awesome to see. So.
It was good. It was good. Yeah. So I got a story I got to tell you, and I want to ask you a question first. What's the most expensive cocktail you've ever had?
Expensive?
Yeah. What's the most expensive drink you bought at a bar?
You mean like? I mean, it's got to be someplace in Vegas because it's just always expensive there. I mean, there's not a. I don't really do much.
It's like I ain't
have a Long Island one time. I'm trying to remember. Like, did I do a Long Island in Vegas one time? I'd probably say something like a Long Island or something. I don't do very many mix. Just probably that. Why? What you got?
How much was that? How much
you asked me how much it was?
Yeah, how much was it?
$20 or something like that, maybe close to like 20, 22 maybe.
All right, so let me tell you this story. So we sitting in the bar in LA, in Anaheim, in Orange County. We were in Anaheim, and so we watching the game, and it's a group of us parents. We sitting there just having a good time, and one of the other parents had bought a round of drinks for us, and so I got up and was like, I'm gonna go buy a round of drinks, right? I'm gonna go buy a round of drinks. So I get up to the bar and I asked for the drink, and I was like,
"How many people? How many people were in the round?"
It was 5. It was 5.
Okay.
And so, and there's another part of that. So we're gonna come back to that. So there's 5 of us. So I ordered the drink, and I asked the dude, I was like, what did you get me? And he tells the bartender, and I had an old fashioned. So I was like, yeah, just give me the way he got me, right? Cool. She goes, she makes a drink, she makes Jen's drink, she brings a beer, and I get my card to pay. So she goes and rings the thing up, she comes back, she gives me the receipt so I can, sign for the receipt. I look down at the receipt, dog. I had an old fashioned. Take a guess how much this old fashioned cost.
The old fashioned?
Yeah.
I mean, the way that your face is setting up to tell this story, I know it has to be more than what I paid for the Long Island. So I'm just so I know that 30.
Okay. The total bill for that round, right, was $133. I was like,
what?
So I'm like, $133. I look down, my old fashioned was $100, dog.
Shut up. No, it wasn't.
I swear to God.
Damn.
I was like, what? I was like, what? I'm like, oh my God. I kind of almost puked in my, internally. I started doing
not even have that. I'm like, listen, no, I can't even. I'm gonna have to just get this back. Like, they gotta have a buyback policy or something like that.
I couldn't believe it. So then, mind you, you asked me earlier. You said how many people? There was 5 of us, but 2 of them said no.
The rest of theirs was only $30.
2 of them said they didn't want to drink, and they were both drinking old fashions too. So had they said they wanted another one, I would have had a $350 bill, bro.
Yikes! Hey, you know what though? So them is some good friends. Because they was like, listen, I'm only gonna have one because he don't know how much that old fashioned is. So I'm gonna go ahead and no, I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it around.
The thing about it is, I go back to the table and I'm just like, should I say something? Should I not say something? Like, do they know? So we're sitting there and I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm gonna drink this old fashioned. We're gonna have a good time. Diamondbacks is winning. I drink. And so it got to a point where I was like, I said, babe, I told Jen, Jen, you know how much that old fashioned was? And she's like, what? She's like, what, $25, $30? I said, nah, babe. I said, babe, that bill was $100. She said, what? So we turned and tell everybody else. Nobody at the table knew how much they all thought maybe there'd be a $30 drink. Nobody knew.
Just signed off on it, didn't even take a look.
Bro. And so my man had 2. Another dude had 2. And they were like, what? Bro, we had a good laugh about it. And I don't got money like that. So just so y'all people out there understand,
yeah, right.
I don't got money like that. So don't get no ideas, we do all right for ourselves, but that I ain't buying no $100 drink. The bottle So if y'all out there, in an old fashioned, you got bourbon, you got bitters, you got you get your orange peel, blah blah blah, sugar, blah blah blah, right? But the main thing is the bourbon.
Did they make the bourbon right there? Is that why it was so much?
I don't even know, bro. So this bourbon, it was called Weller's Full Proof, right? And it was good. Don't get me wrong. The bourbon was good. Right. It was smooth. Great drink. The lady made a great drink. But we were like, how much is a bottle of this stuff? So we started looking it up. The bottle was only $93. So how in the hell?
You should have got the bottle.
But how you charge $100 for a part of the bottle?
I don't know, but I mean that is one way to flip it.
That's called Orange County upcharge on your ass.
I mean, if I'm going to reference The Wire because I'm still right in the middle of it right now. Pop Joe always said, "Buy for $1, sell for $2." It sounded like they bought it for one day and then they upsell the hell out of that for you.
Hey, Pop Joe always knew what he was talking about, dog. I can't fight that man. He knew what he was talking about. They got him, man. They got me, bro. They got me. Oh man, that was crazy. That's crazy.
Oh boy, that's a
lot. Yeah, man. So there was that Sunday, football. Bro, I ain't gonna talk about. I only got a few things to talk about. One, let's keep it simple. The Cards lost again. Okay, we can move forward, right? Done. They suck.
They play.
Baltimore. I mean, it was pretty close.
I mean, they're good. Yeah.
Yeah. They kept it. They turned the ball over too much though, and apparently Kyler Murray's about to come back. Like I said, I don't even like that man, but whatever. But Josh Dobbs is struggling. He's throwing picks, man. He's throwing too many picks. So, they lost. Seahawks beat the Browns. Great game. We was listening to that on the way home, on the drive home, and Seahawks got out early. Browns came back, took the lead, but then the Seahawks came back and got them at the end. So, good on you, Corey Schwab out there. Hee-haw, hee-haw. That's what you get to hear about the
Schwab over there happy about that. You know that.
Yeah. But the funniest part of the day, and my wife, bless her heart, she got another win for the Broncos, bro. They I don't
understand. When I saw that score, I was like, something must be wrong because I just feel like they should be able to score.
Yeah,
a little bit. I mean,
but I think it was. I mean, that's what
cold. I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
So she was happy, right? Good. Wife is happy. Right. The funny part about it though, we get home and she's checking out like the highlights and stuff. And she just bust out laughing. I'm like, what you laughing about? She's like, yo, the Broncos is trolling Swift and Kelsey. So after the game was over, they played Shake It Off in the stadium.
No, they didn't. Damn.
Yes, they did, bro.
They going at him. Oh boy,
I thought that's pretty funny. I give them credit for that.
Shots fired. Shots fired. How is so? What's that? I mean, what is that? How many games is that so far they played? Is that 6 games now?
I think they're at 7.
Okay, so 7 games right there. They haven't had a bye. So are they 5-2? Then is that what it is?
Let's see.
Because they lost the first game to what? Is it the Colts or the Lions? They lost that first game to when Kelsey wasn't there, right?
Yep.
So Kelsey wasn't there for that one. So was Swiftie in the stands for this one? Was she there?
I don't know.
Because it was an away game. So I mean, was she there? Because
I think she wasn't there because when we were driving, I got a tweet or X or whatever you want to call it now from Twitter, whatever the hell it's called. But I got a notification that says something like, when she shows up to games, Kelsey gets like 99 yards worth of catches, right? But when she's not there, he's only averaging like 46.5 yards. I'm like, y'all breaking stuff down too much.
Yeah, that's too much. Y'all just looking too much into stuff right there too. It's just
I'm saying.
I mean, it's at the end of our time. I mean, like I gotta think. I mean, with the elevation being I don't know. It's just, I mean, you can make excuses what you want. Obviously, it sounded like the Chiefs didn't take care of business. But what I mean, Patrick Mahomes had 2 picks or whatever that he had in that game there too.
Yeah,
probably trying to do too much or whatever. That's just
too. I think it was snowing in Denver for a little bit, so that probably.
Listen, I ain't trying to play no games in the snow. I know that's why I did basketball. Like, listen, it's indoors. It can snow all at one outside, but guess what's happening inside? No snow. So we're gonna
it's dry.
No snow and it's dry. That's it. That's it.
Oh man. So yeah,
that's funny.
But
wait, hold on. Wait, the Cowboys won like didn't they win pretty bad? I mean, they like beat up on
on LA. On the Rams.
Okay, that's right. They beat the Rams. That's what it was. I think I saw. I was looking up through ESPN at one time. I think they were up. It was like 33-3 at one point or whatever. It's put the smash, and I was in like the second quarter. I was like, "Damn, what the Rams just forget to play, or they
that defense, man. Dallas's defense is no joke. You know what I mean?
They're good. They're good.
Yeah. So I think they ended up winning 43-20.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Took the breaks off in the second half a little.
We got through all that crap. Let's get to the real stuff. I want to.
Right.
I want first off. So I was in the gym all day, last 2 days, and just like you, and I want you to talk about your squad and maybe highlight some kids, shout them out, whatever. But I saw the post that you had on Instagram. And it was cool, and it was. I was so happy to see it because it was about what I wanted to talk about. There was a lot of good things you talked about with your team playing and how hard they played and how connected and talking and all that energy and all that stuff, sharing the ball and stuff. So first, before we get into the main subject, just tell me about your weekend. Tell me how'd it go.
So we had our ninth grade team that played up there in one of the. It was a 9th and 10th grade division, and we had a varsity division that was there too, right? So we're basically this is the beginning of us trying to get some stuff together for the springtime, basically. And so we're kind of using these last couple weekends, kind of get some kids into the gym and really trying to see which ones kind of gel and kind of get together and stuff. And we pretty much had the same groups. About a month ago, we played in a tournament that was in the Tri-Cities, and our freshmen ended up winning the championship again in that one. And then I think our 17U, we ended up dropping one in like the championship game, and we dropped that one in the championship game because it got to a point where it was a little bit too much me ball at the time. You know what I mean? It was, we got to the championship game and we had already beaten. Now this was a month ago, right? We had got to the championship game and we had like beaten that team in pool play already, knowing that we were going to play them again, right? And to their credit, they just did a way better job of sharing the basketball and making those extra passes and making those extra plays right there, right? Like they created so many opportunities that we had to scramble out of a drive because we weren't where we were supposed to be at defensively. And then now we're running and now we're trying to close out on a guy that's got momentum. And so we're going that way and they're going past us. And you know what I mean? It was just, I mean, they kept it as simple as they needed it to be. And it was just really effective, right? So credit goes to Grandview and their team because that's just what they did. Now, on our side, what we didn't do a very good job of is that we weren't connected defensively. And because we weren't connected defensively, then what that means on the offensive side is you get a lot of my turn shots, right? Guys that just get the basketball and it's like, well, I haven't shot the ball for 3 or 4 possessions, so shit, it's my turn. Instead of it being a good possession where like the ball is flowing and there's movement and things going around, we kind of fell into that trap, right? They're playing well as a team. They're knocking shots down. We're not connected defensively. So offensively, we're not connected there either. And so we just did not look didn't like look as good as we could have been, right? If you were to look at the two teams, you could eye testing and things like that, you would just be able, just in warm-ups, you'd say, okay, well, the team that I was coaching, you'd be like, well, they should win that game. And I just feel like that we were talent-wise, I thought that we were better, but from a team standpoint, they were the better team that day. And and they were moving the ball around and sharing it and just knocking shots down and so when that happens, we're just coming down and just trying to just get that quick 3, right? Or somebody's trying to get that quick basket thinking that, well, if we just get this one basket, then like that's going to start our momentum. No, it's not. The momentum is going to start once we get a stop. And once we get a stop collectively, not because you poked it away from somebody at half court and then got a dunk, that's not the stop we're talking about. No. I'm talking about guys are rotating and we're forcing them to take a bad shot. We get the rebound on the weak side, and then now we throw it up and then go get like a basket, and then able to do that in succession 2 or 3 times, right? So that's what happened in that game about a month ago, right? So then fast forward to this last past weekend, ninth graders, they're they're good. It's been a group of kids that have been together for a while. And
what's the program?
The program's called Northwest Cougars. Shout out to Craig Baumgartner, who I've been able to kind of partner with on that. On a Monday nights, I do basketball skills training at his house. He's got a gym that's over there and stuff, and so I'm able to kind of do skills training and things over there and stuff. But he's just been a very, very he's just been a good instrumental guy for us just in this area, just in a whole. He just enjoys basketball. He's super passionate about it. Like he's trying to get kids in there. I mean, I've partnered with him on several occasions to do things, and he's doing it the right way. So, like when you're doing it with people like that, I mean, it just makes the journey just that much easier, or just a little bit more enjoyable, I guess, to go on, because, you got people that are got the same kind of interest in things. And so, so the freshmen did really well. I mean, we got, guys stepped up and they made some plays for us and knocked some shots down. In the in our second game that we played, we actually ended up losing by 1. It was kind of one of those ones where the first game we won pretty handily. Like we smacked the team the first game, right? Yeah. Which to me is like, those can be kind of trap games there too.
Fool's gold. Fool's gold. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Exactly right. Where you just like, when you get up and you beat a team by so bad the first game, you just automatically think that those balls are going to fall down again the exact same way. And you'll play just hard enough of what you think that you need to play, because you figure that you're going to get the win based on what happened the game before. You know what I mean? Not like thinking, that we've just got to just focus on this game now because the last one's over. It doesn't matter what happened, win or loss on that one. We got to focus on this one. And I just don't feel like that we did a very good job of just competing. You know what I mean? Like, we competed in stretches, you know what I mean? Got some stops when we needed it, got some buckets when we needed it, but just didn't do it. I just felt like just in a whole, we just didn't do it the right way. So we ended up, and again, to say all that, we only ended up losing by 1. They hit a shot at the end to put them up by 1. When we were up 2, they hit a 3. And then we tried to come down, and we kind of panicked in that moment. We had about 8 seconds left, and one of our guys jump stopped and tried to, jump through 3 guys to try to get a shot off. Right. I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to get the foul, but in those situations, if you got 3 guys that are already there, the ref's not giving you that foul.
No,
you know what I mean? It's one thing if you got a guy on your hip and you're going to the basket and like you've got a lane there, and then now you get hit, maybe they give you that. But if you got 3 guys that are already there and you're trying to jump into them to try to get a shot off, like, you're not getting that foul, right?
And
so
in the game, again, to the game, officials gonna swallow their whistle anyway.
Oh yeah, exactly right. No, just you have to go make that play, and you got to make the right play. And I just in that moment, that wasn't the right play for us there, right? Which is fine, whatever. The good thing about doing this and playing right now is that all of these games and stuff that we do, it's all learning. You know what I mean? Like like learning, good or bad. So I'm actually was for like our 9th grade, I was actually really happy that we got the loss, because then now you can sit down and now we can have the talk afterwards about like, hey, look, the first game that we played, you guys just thought that this team was just going to roll over, and so that's how we played. And, and you guys did just enough to keep yourself in the game, but not enough to where we should have won the game the way that you guys wanted to win. You know what I mean? Which is fine, because now you just, you can use that as like a teaching. When we sat there and like we talked about, not having the energy that we needed from an offensive and defensive standpoint. We talked about a lot of just guys just standing around the arc. Like the ball would just get passed, but it was just getting passed around the arc, right? It wasn't like there was a pass and then there was a cut that would create a gap, and then now a guy could drive and then, create a closeout for a defender for like a kick out and stuff. There was none of that. It was just keep passing around. And then it was
purpose.
So the defense just stands there. And they don't got to move. So really what you're doing to the defense is that you're allowing them to breathe. You're allowing them to have extra energy on the offensive side because you're not making a move defensively. So we had a good talk about that. And then it was just like the next day, they were just so different. Like in the first game, I mean, it was get out of here. Go. In the first game, Asen over here doing jumping jacks on the side. I don't know what he's doing that for. Just
go lay down, man.
We're not doing that right now. Go, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, just screaming there too. Crazy. Yep. Supposed to be sick. No, he ain't sick no more. No, but so, yeah. But in like the second day there too, like the energy was just great. I mean, we decided that, we're gonna go ahead and then press and try to let's create some momentum and some energy, for ourselves. And so we were just doing run and jump, right? But they did such a great job. Not the two guys that were responsible for making the trap. That's not it. It was the other three guys that were elevating and they were sprinting to the lanes. I mean, we got into that third game, Commander, like on Sunday. I mean, we probably scored 20 points off the layups in like the first 6 minutes, just because the two guys would go and trap, knowing that their responsibility was not to get the trap. Right. I mean, was not to get the steal. It was to get the trap. And then now once the ball was thrown, I mean, we had guys that were elevating and picking passes off, and it was layup, layup, layup. And then it was like, once they started to get into a rhythm, then it was just like, I mean, even like on moments where like we wouldn't get the trap or we weren't able to get the steal, they were so connected defensively that once we got half, it didn't matter. I mean, we were forcing guys baseline. We had guys that were helping out. They would throw a skip. We'd get a great closeout. Then we'd make them shoot a contested shot, which is what you want. And they were able to rebound and go. And so then all of a sudden we kind of, we like picked up that momentum, and then that carried us into the championship game, which we were able to play against that same team that beat us. And again, that team was good there too. Shout out to Spencer Green. He's another kid that's from Walla Walla, a kid that's in our program as well. He was like playing for them. He's going to be a sophomore over at DeSales this year, and he's going to have a really, really good season this year. But he was on the opposite side of us playing. But we just did a really good job of just trying to limit his shots and finding the guys that were trying to knock those shots down and just make it really hard for them. Make other guys that aren't focal points in the offense to have to hit shots, but not just hit one, but you got to hit them, consecutively or consistently, like during the game or whatever. And I feel like that they weren't able to do that. And then, at the end, we had a couple big shots and hit some threes or whatever. So we were able to win that one. So the ninth grade one was nice. On the 17U side though, man, we got some guys, man. It was, we don't have the biggest guys, but we've got a lot of long wing players that can run and they can defend. So, so we're, we've got, I can shout out everybody that was on that team, but, Jackson Peppers, if you haven't heard that name, that kid he's a pretty damn good basketball player there, man. He's got a different kind of motor. He's got a chip to him. He plays kind of pissed
off. Dog in him, got a little dog.
He's kind of pissed off and stuff or whatever. But but he's like, and like when he doesn't allow his emotions to kind of overcome him, he's really, really good out there. Sometimes the emotion will get into it, but that happens to everybody. So it's not just that's just players just in like general. But he gets us going because he can just score, man. I mean, he can come down. It's like, we'll drive and kick, and then it's like, if you give him the shot, he's going to take it. Like, you know what I mean? He's got that shooter's mentality. Like, if you're not up on me, the ball's going up. Yeah. And if I miss it and they get the rebound and kick back, if you're not on me, guess what? The shit's going up.
Letting it fly.
He's like, listen, I'm not going to miss too many of these. So you better like guard me. And then, and then he likes to play physical. One thing though about him though, too, that I really like, he plays off at 2 feet when he's around the basket.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Which is so huge because he's not like the highest jumper, but if he's got some rhythm going there to the basket, like he can go dunk like off of one leg if he's got some room and stuff, but he's not like the super high fly, but he gets up and he attacks the basket. Like, don't get me wrong. But where he's really effective at is that once he gets inside, he plays off at 2 feet. And so like when you play off at 2 and he's strong and like he likes to contact, you're like, okay, you're going to
not much you can do with that.
Yeah, so we got him, and then a couple other kids. Another kid named Grant Olson that's out of Hermiston, who I got a chance to meet his dad a couple of years ago, and I've been able to kind of work with him and his brother Rue for a while. But Grant's about a 6'5", 6'6" wing. Like, he's got some offers up here in like the Northwest and stuff. And, he's definitely going to play at that collegiate level next year and stuff. And he's he's so damn long. Like I saw him in the game yesterday in like the championship game. No lie. He probably got the ball, I'd say a volleyball line on the other side. Right. So he took a dribble, and like one dribble with momentum, he was already like at half court. One more dribble, he was at the other volleyball line. Like he did a bump into the guy, right? So he bumped him. The ball's in his right hand. He bumped him as he was taking a step there with the left foot. And then from the 3-point line, dog, he took 2 steps and he was at the rim and shot a reverse layup. And I was like,
whoa.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what?
Okay.
I was like, in rhythm, in stride. It wasn't like he slowed down. He bumped the guy and then 2 steps and then took off and then just this little. It was pretty. Like it just, and so he's got it. I mean, a couple other guys like our guards. Sage and Josh did a really good job of trying to disrupt the hell out of any kind of point guard play that we had. So I really liked it because just from a defensive standpoint, our energy was crazy. We ended up 17U. We ended up winning the championship game. I think it was like 102-59 or something, but it was kind of one of those. No, but it was the defense, right? We're knocking shots down and everything, but we're knocking shots down because defensively, we were like, you're not
locked in.
You know what I mean? Yep. It's like if you do score, you're going to score one basket, and we're going to outlet that thing and throw it ahead as quickly as we can, and we're going to get the layup, and then we're going to get right back in. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of one of those ones. And so, we had a couple moments where we were trading baskets and stuff and everything, but we talked about it like at timeouts about like, let's, we got to get away from, from just trading baskets or whatever. Go back to get these stops and then kind of do it. I think that you said, last week when we were talking, you said like practice, you guys, gotta what's the call when you try to get 3 straight stops in a row?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. There's so many different names.
Right. Yeah. Just we used to at Whitman, we used to call it kills, right? Like let's get 3 kills. But I was like, I don't know if we want to say
that's what we call it. That's what we call it.
We used to say 3 kills, and then we went from 3 kills to 3 bombs. I was like, I don't know about the bombs. So we just so it's like, well, anyways, we got the 3 stops that we needed there, right? So just being able to kind of get 3 in a row really does something to like the other team, because then it's like it's almost like you start to see at least one of those guys start to check out, like, damn, we can't get enough. On. It was just really fun just because of the energy and the guy, they just play so damn hard. And it's like anytime you got a team that plays hard and they want to share the ball, all you got to do from a coach is just like manage the minutes and just be the biggest cheerleader that like you can be for them, because they've obviously got it figured out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't got to sit there and try. I mean, if anything, I was trying to like draw up something quick to maybe see if we can get a backdoor dunk, or maybe like, let's get somebody a 3 who's like feeling it or whatever. Like, that's what you use the timeouts for, because collectively from that standpoint, I mean, the intensity, was there, and their focus was through the roof. So
that's awesome.
It was just a fun weekend. It was really fun.
So, I'm glad that you had a good weekend, and shout out to your boys. Keep doing your thing, keep listening to coach. We're gonna put you in the right position. So just keep working, keep grinding. Right. It's funny to me when I go to these youth tournaments, and I'm talking like, like our like Aylin and Isaiah, like 12U, some of these, pre-high school tournaments, and I walk around, I sit in the gym and watch these games. And it's apparent, you got a bunch of little guards out there that are phenomenal, right? But what gets me frustrated, because this happened in our games, it happened in other games that I was watching, that you have these guards out there that are playing with other kids that may not be as comfortable with the ball as they are, right? They don't have the handle. It's not tight, but they're able to do other things. They can make it spot up and shoot. But there are certain kids, and I pray that they get in the right hands with the right coach, that you get down lane, you get downhill, and you, like the situation you talked about, you get into the lane and you got 3 or 4 bodies around you. The right basketball play, no matter what it is
the kick out.
It's to kick it. Right. And I saw that more than I wanted to see that this weekend. Like, it's like, just make the simple basketball play. And again, it's not about, I know, and it's hard because you have parents involved. You have, you got fans that are yelling at kids because they want to win. Like, go score. But it's like, in a couple of years, you're gonna be in high school, and that's not necessarily gonna work. Like,
it's not gonna fly. Right.
It's not gonna fly. Kids are gonna get bigger and stronger. You're gonna get defended, even harder. And you have to be able to depend on your teammates. And so it's cool that when you talk about that with your group, because it does translate. It's not just an offensive thing, making the right basketball play when it comes to driving and kicking or dumping off or whatever, but it translates because it makes your team that more connected, not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end. Like, you want to have guys sell out on the defensive end, then you you make sure you spray it around, give people the opportunity. Because even if they miss, they're like, hey, you're going to find me next time. I'm going to be ready.
Right.
I'm going to go down here and I'm going to get after on defense for you so we can get it back. You know what I mean? So
it's kind of like one of those ones where it's just like, again, kind of like piggybacking on like what you're saying. When you get them to play that hard, it's like being able to make that extra pass and make that extra play. More than anything, what that develops there too is trust. And when you're out there with other guys that are out there and you trust the guys that you're playing with, I don't know if there's a better feeling than being able to watch a group of 5 guys out there that all trust each other.
Absolutely.
Knowing that it doesn't matter if there's a make or miss. They don't care about the make or miss. It's like, was that a shot that we want to take, right? And if we do, then we're going to live with the result because there's only 2 things that are going to happen. It's either going to go in or it's not. And then it's from there, what do we do? Okay, if it goes in, great shot, point them out. Let's get back and then like let's try to get a stop. If it was a miss, whatever, don't worry about it. Take the shot and then like let's get back and now let's get it on like defense. Like there's so many beautiful things that come out of just what you were saying, keeping it simple. Like, but again, there too, kind of like, saying what, because I've seen this there too, right? Like going to taking Aylin to some of these camps before and like the showcase ones and like the things or whatever, like no offense to them. I'm not knocking them. I understand everybody's got their hustle and everybody's got their thing that they're like trying to do there, right? Like they say, hey, like you guys got to go out there. You got to go play team basketball. You got to do this, right? But it's like it's the Instagram stuff and it's the highlights. And again, I am just as guilty with my son there too. Like I'm gonna go ahead and say it there too. So I'm not saying anything. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, right? Because I'm just as guilty. Like there's sometimes
that's the world we live in. You got to promote your kid.
Yeah, right. Which is what it is. I'm not so much in there for trying to get all these likes and doing all this, but it's like when he's in those moments, I'm just like, when you can play, I'm like, hey, this is a time for you to really go and then showcase not just your offensive game, but just how you play the game.
How you play
again, and so sometimes with that is, you got to kick it up, you got to pass it somewhere else, you got to do this, but sometimes the thing that me and him will go with, sometimes he'll go, but Dad, I know I can take that guy. I understand that. It's not always about that. It's not always about you taking the guy. You gotta look to spread that thing out. Like there's like a difference between guys playing with you and guys playing for you. There's a difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? Like getting the guy to play for you means he's like, hey, I'm sprinting that floor every single time because I know when the time's right, you throwing it to me and I'm about to go and like attack. The guy that plays with you is like, he's not going to pass, or then we're just wearing the same jerseys and we've got to try to do the same thing because, you know what I mean? Like there's like a difference between the two, and so like that's what I always try to get Aylin. Like when I talk to him, it's like you want guys to want to play for you. You don't want to play with guys. Playing like with guys doesn't mean anything. Playing with guys is what old guys like us do when we go to the gym to go do open gym now, right? You're just playing with guys. I'm just saying because we just out there just trying to run around, get some cardio, make a shot here too, just to see if we can still do it. But that's it. We're not playing for anything. No. Not anymore. We're not. Nope. We're just playing with some other guys that know how to play, right? Playing for means, hey, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Knowing that somebody's got your back. Hey, give me this screen and then roll. If I don't have anything, guess what? I'm coming for you. Just have your hands ready. You know what I mean? Or run the wing. I missed you on that last one, but I promise if you run again, I'm going to keep on, keep doing it. That was like my fault. Like that's getting guys to play for you. And there's just a difference between it. But again, just like you said, there's a lot of like there's so much input, or not say input, there's so much emphasis on being able to just score the ball right now. Right, just score. It's like it's almost like the assist or making the extra pass or whatever. Like those ones don't even like it's not even a deal for you. So let me ask you real quick there too. When you guys were in Vegas was it 2 weekends ago now, right? 2 weekends ago when you guys were in like Vegas or whatever. Like when you guys stat games and stuff, because I'm assuming that you guys you and like Windler that you guys or have like a statistician or somebody that can like do that. What do you guys stat? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Like I'm wondering kind of just like what I just like, just kind of like what things are you like looking for to kind of share with the guys?
So not so much in the during the little off season, but like our season starts today, right? So but going forward, we're statting rebounds, obviously points. So everybody knows that. Rebounds, assists. We stat deflections. We stat
huge
charges taken. That's like a big thing for us. How many times you dive on the floor? That's important.
The little things. Right.
And then it got to a point at one point. I remember last year we did this, and we haven't had to do this. We even had to have the discussion since this summer, because this is a really good connected group. We started watching the off the court stuff, like the sidelines, like who's high-fiving, who's standing up when we get a turnover, who's standing up when a guy takes a charge, like all that stuff. You know what I mean? So the intangible stuff that is, maybe, you know, when you're looking at a box score, you're looking at the who won and who's had the most points. It may not be as
it's not going to show up there. It's not going to show up
there. But for us
so
to be that connected group is so important. So important.
Right.
So
we would. So like on our teams and stuff, the ones, this one, not so much like these two teams yet, because we haven't got a chance to get into a flow of like practicing and doing things like that. But with my last few teams that that I've been able to be fortunate enough to coach, you know, like the thing, I never tracked individual stats because it drove me crazy. Because then what happens is that the kids either, you know, because again, here's the other two. I don't track them because most parents is up there with that app and they're tracking the stats. So, I mean, no, like, come on. I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, they're up there.
Right.
I mean, like, when you see them up there like this,
yeah.
I mean, you know, like they're doing that because did he make it? Did he miss it? And to me, I'm not so much worried about the individual stat. I couldn't tell you in any season with any team that I had. I couldn't tell you who our high point guy was. I didn't care.
You're right.
I didn't care who our high point guy was. What I would track is that, you know, and so like I tried to make it so much as a team concept and team elements that everything that I tracked was all team stuff there, right? So it was were we at plus or minus on the rebounding, right?
Yep.
Plus, right. Yep. So did we out rebound them? Were we even, or did they out rebound, you know, like rebound us? Then it was from the other team, when they got their offensive rebound, what did they shoot after that? Because again, most times teams are killing us in like games that we'd lose to. Wasn't because that we got the stop the first time. We didn't get the rebound. So then when they got the rebound and then now they go up there. So like you think about it is that you get a shot and then you get a rebound there, right? So, I mean, like you're 0 for 1 on the shot, but then now you got the rebound. And then now you put the rebound back up right there. So now you're 1 for 2 every time that you get the offensive rebound. Okay, so add that up over the course of the game. So if you give up 6 or 8 offensive rebounds, it turns into 16 points.
Yep.
And you lose a game to a team that probably didn't have great guard play, didn't have great shooters, then now you're able to identify, well, guys, we got a board. You know what I mean? You know, like you got a rebound. And so I would track the rebounding on that. And then the other one that we would do, just like you said, we did deflections, but it was like, how many times can we turn them over? Right. Because our teams have never been bigger than the teams that we played there. Right. We're always a smaller team. So we knew at some point we were not going to be able to out rebound that team. But if we could stay plus or minus like 3, right? Either like they've got 3 more than us, or we've got, you know, like, or we got 3 more than, like something around there, but we can turn them over 12, 13 times. That's 10 extra possessions that we get on the offensive end. And if we're negate that size, and so then if we're able to kind of get that, and then so that gives you 10 extra possessions there, right? And then from the offensive standpoint, we'd always kind of like, what was our shooting percentage when we and like we just call it flow, right? So what was our shooting percentage when we were in our flow, right? And flow was, okay, we get a drive, we get a kick, we get a drive, we get a kick, you know, like we start to get that thing moving and then take a shot, right? So what was our percentage when we shot, when we were in our flow versus when we did the my turn shots? We just went up and then the first guy just take a shot. And so it was always, I really enjoyed it because what happened was over the course of the years, the guys would start to understand it's like, you know what? The best shot isn't always
the first shot,
first open shot, because you might not be the guy that can knock that, you know, like, you know what I mean? Being able to kind of get them to differentiate about the good shots versus great shots.
Great shots.
You know what I mean? Like don't take the good one when like one more pass gives us a great shot. So we would, you know, like track those ones. And then like the last 2 that I loved was how many assisted field goals did we get in the game? Because if we're not having assisted field goals, then to me, that is a sign of us not being connected. You know what I'm saying? That means that we're not like willing to share the ball to somebody to let them get a shot off, or how many hockey assists did we get, right? So like a hockey assist, for those that don't know, and that one's huge. The hockey assist, for those that don't know, is is that you drive, you make the kick, and maybe you're open, but you're making one more extra pass to somebody who's really open. And then now that's either going to get you a layup or just like a three. So we tried to track those ones. And so then, practical, like, hey guys, how many hockey assists can we get today when we play? Like, we would play short-sided games like 3-on-3, 4-on-4. It's like, hey, the point only accounts if we get an assist. So if you just come off the on-ball screen and then you get the switch onto the big and you just go by the big to go score, no, that don't count because you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that.
Right.
Like drive it, probe it, wait to see if we can't get something else moving around and then try to, and try to score it that way, because then it kind of gets them thinking differently. You know what I'm saying about how the game goes. And it kind of takes the emphasis off of just being the one-on-one versus like trying to play at the 5. Now, in games though, too, you gotta understand and be able to talk to them too. Now, look, in the game, if you get that situation, then we obviously want you to exploit it. But right now at practice or for us to try to be better and us being able to be connected, then you got to drive and then help some and to make sure that somebody helps out and then go and kick that. You can't just be trying to go to the rack every time, because we're going to play against guys that are going to be bigger than us. You know that. You're going to go to the rack and get that shit tossed. So you got to get in there and then play off at 2 feet and get 2 guys going and then now make the pass and then kind of play it that way. So, and so that's why I was just asking just about the stat stuff. Because
I love that flow. I like that flow stat. I think I might use that. I might steal that from you. I mean, it's something we talk about, but I don't know if we track it in that sense. So
right.
That's a good
and like a good thing about tracking it with the flow is that like what it does is that when the kids are able to see it and you're able to kind of show it to them, like show them in like succession, like a whole bunch of plays where like, guys, this is the flow. And again, the flow, you're gonna have to live with the make or the miss. It don't matter about that, because if you can get the more consistent shot, the more consistent shots that you're gonna get out of your flow, guys, like the advantage is gonna be to us, because that means that we're all connected and we all trust and we're taking those in, right? And then show them the ones where we did it, but then show it to them like, guys, come on, like we can get that shot anytime. You know what I mean? Come down and jack up a 3, like, without the ball moving, shit. Anybody can do that. All you got to do is just have the ball and bring it up, and then now you can take that shot, like move the basketball around, get that thing flowing, and then now we live with it. But I bet that, like, if you started tracking that, you're going to see that your flow, the reason why that whatever it is that our percentage was, the reason why that it was down was not because of our flow. It's never because of the flow.
It's only going to increase. Yes.
Right. Yeah. It's only, but it's always the guys, or I shouldn't say the guys, because then you start to try to single out. What happens is, there's some distrust that either happens, or there's a disconnection that kind of happens, or somebody's upset because they're not getting shots. And so now we start taking those. But see, what happens is one guy takes one my turn shot. So then you guys get a stop. Now the next guy takes a my, you know what I mean?
It's contagious. It's like a bad virus, bro. Yeah, it is.
Then you get 4 or 5 guys that have all taken bad shots. And now you got to call timeout, like, guys, what are we doing?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Like, we were fine early. Now those 4 shots, those 4 misses have all resulted in us not being connected defensively. They've scored out of 3 out of 4 possessions. One of them was us not getting back, and they threw the ball over the top and gave up a layup, which is unacceptable. Like, where are we at? You know what I mean? And being able to kind of talk to them that way. And so that's just always been fun. But I bet that if you guys track it that way, you're going to see
another thing about this thing about the flow. And man, I really love it, the concept. But the flow also helps, and because I know we struggled with this at some point during the summer and even in the fall, where we weren't getting ball reversals. And it wasn't like we were taking bad shots. But that ball was not moving side to side.
Right.
And if you concentrate on that, just the concept of that flow, I think that increases your ball reversals, which might be another thing you might want to track too. You might want to track that just because that's going to help the ball move side to side, get that trust, making sure guys are moving, cutting and screening. I think they kind of go hand in hand.
Right. And whether that ball reversal, it just goes from just one pass to the other side, or if it's a drag pass or a skip, the ball has to move to the other side. That's the only way that you're going to create the closeout for the defense on the opposite side if the ball goes side to side. If it just stays on the one side, you're going to get yourself in trouble. And if that team has any kind of IQ, then now you're screwed, because if you can't get the ball to the other side, you're just playing right into their hands.
And the defense ain't moving.
Right. Exactly right.
Oh, man. Well, that's awesome. That was a good discussion, bro. That was a good discussion. And like I said, we start off today. Today's the first day of basketball.
Best of luck to you guys, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
What do you guys do on your first practices and kind of things like that? Like, what kind of things?
I'm the Grim Reaper, bro. I'm the Grim Reaper. You know what? I'm the Grim Reaper. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk in that gym, and I've done this for 20 years, bro. I walk in that gym, I don't even say nothing to nobody, and they all know it now. Most of the kids know. They're like, he ain't gonna say nothing, so don't talk to him. I just walk in. I might smile, but I just walk through the gym, and I go back in the back, and I grab the trash cans, and I drag them all back out into the gym, and I put them in the corners of the gym.
So when you gotta throw up,
you do on day one. You gonna
we
run.
About to condition. We about to condition, right?
We're gonna condition. We're gonna do all that. And if you gotta puke, you better not puke on that floor. You know?
Exactly right. Yeah.
Now, mind you, everybody listening out there, the goal is not to make them puke. Okay,
right.
I am not Bobby Knight. I am not trying
to
abuse.
If your ass is not in shape because you haven't been doing something, then that's what the trash can is going to be for. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So, but yeah, usually the first week is a lot of defense, a lot of conditioning, because we just want to see if you can mentally maintain, if you could stick through it. You know what I mean? Who's gonna pick each other up? Who's gonna, when things are going tough, who's gonna be the guy that's going over and slapping the guy on the butt? So let's go. We got this.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of that. I think a lot of, and I could probably speak for a lot of Arizona programs. Like at this point of the year, you kind of know who you have. You may have a few new faces show up to tryouts that you weren't expecting, but they're they're probably not going to make it unless there's some big surprise. You know what I mean? So it's just, you got to take that time to kind of just get the conditioning in early while not getting anybody hurt or but build that early camaraderie, get the energy going, get everybody on the same page, and then we get into some more strategic stuff like that. So I'm excited about it, man. I'm about to once I get off here, I'm about to get ready and head to the gym.
You gotta get mentally focused for that there too. You gotta have the energy there too, because if you don't have it, like you got to be able to match the kids' energy. Because if not, then that's that whole connected part there too. I mean, when we say connected, it's not just the players. The coaches got to be just as connected, or else there's going to be a fall off right there too. So just so who was listening, we're not just talking about the players. We're talking about everybody that's there, that's on that bench. You guys are all responsible for each other. Everybody.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, before we go,
you had something. Yeah, what you got?
Nah, I think I hit it already. Oh, it was the story about the drink.
Oh, okay.
But we get into next week. I know college basketball starts to start up. I know they had some games over the weekend.
Exciting times, man. Let's go.
Times, man. In talks like today, we're gonna have them on the regular.
Man, that's right.
So, but I do have a surprise for next week. Surprise for us. Our first episode, we're gonna have a guest next week. And I'm not gonna tell you who. I'll tell you later on, but I'm not gonna tell the listeners. But I'm excited to do it.
Tune in.
Yeah, tune in. We're gonna it's gonna be cool, and I think it'll be good for everybody. Athletes, coaches. It's a good dude. So I'm excited to have him on. So tune in next week. Keep spreading the word. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Tell your friends, shoot the episode off to whoever you like, man. We just want to keep growing this. And like Steven says, if you have something that you want us to talk about, man, you just got to throw it in the comments. Leave us a comment.
Holler at us.
Or DM us on Instagram. Throw us some messages, man. Just let us know.
I don't know how good I'm going to be at answering anything, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Just saying. We're going to
try. We're going to try.
We're going to try for sure.
Yeah. But man, I hope the family gets better. I hope y'all enjoy your Halloween. And let's get on out of here and talk next week.
See if you can fade that beat out this time, man. Let's see if we can get
Here you go. How you gonna talk about me on the show? I faded it in. Hey, I faded it in.
I know you did. That was good.
Yeah, boy. Go D-Wax, baby!
Peace. We're gonna see y'all. Good.